Right then, in this video we come across an Otis 2000 lift which has got dangerously weak brakes. The brakes are so far gone on this lift that the brakes are barely able to stop it, and it is really bad. I do not know why it's in service like this. If these brakes wore any further, I just wouldn't be able to stop the lift at all and it could run away upwards, especially since this lift was built before the bi-directional bi-mode governor regulation, so there is literally nothing to stop it running away upwards. I'm sure you've seen plenty of videos of that happening in China, and it is really scary that this lift is in service like this. So then, let's go through a few technical things. There's actually three different things that really stop a lift. You've got the regular lift brakes on the motor, and those are what is used to stop a lift in emergency stop. You've also got a VF drive which can stop a lift when it slows it down. That's how it runs in normal, using a VF drive to stop the lift so the brake pads don't get worn down. Then as well as that, there's also the safety gear attached to the governor. So if the lift overspeeds, the governor cable tensions snapping on the safety gear underneath the lift, which activates the track brakes. Now, just for clarity, to be very clear, when you emergency stop the lift by pulling open the doors, the VF drive is not used to slow the lift down. The VF drive cuts when you emergency stop the lift, meaning that the regular brake is then used to emergency stop it. As for the safety gear connected to the governor, that's only used to stop the lift if it overspeeds, so that's not relevant. Plus, as I said, this lift's before the regulation of bi-mode bi-directional governor, so that would not activate anyway. So, modern day governors, bi-mode bi-directional, that means the governor can trip either direction, and also because it's bi-mode, the governor only trips overspeed when the lift's moving. If the lift started moving when it's not intended to, the governor would trip straight away. But that doesn't happen because this lift was built before that regulation came in. Now, one other thing just to clarify. Now, in a lot of my videos, as far back as 2015, I've talked about safety braking a lift to emergency stop it. Just to be very clear, because I've realised that term is a bit confusing since there's two definitions of the word brake. When I say safety brake, I'm referring to B-R-E-A-K, meaning you're disconnecting safety to emergency stop a lift. I'm not referring to the safety gear, because sometimes the safety gear is referred to as a safety brake, B-R-A-K-E. I'm not activating a safety gear because that only happens if the lift's oversped on the governor. So when I say I'm going to safety brake a lift, I mean pull open doors, disconnect the safety circuit, making a lift emergency stop using the regular brake of the lift, not the track brakes. So we're first going to demonstrate this with the lift going upwards. There's currently 4 people in the lift, so the lift is under half capacity, so that means the counterweight is heavier than the lift car. So on a freefall, the lift wants to go upwards, meaning when you emergency stop the lift against the direction that the lift's wanting to go, because the lift's wanting to go upwards and the brake is having to bring the lift to a stop. The brake is so far gone, it's barely stopping it. If the brake went any further, it just wouldn't do anything and the lift would run away upwards. It's so scary. I don't know why this lift's in service like this. Let's take a look.
It's got the voice back.
Can I see the rig?
Yep. What?
Ooh,
no.
Brakes are weak.
That didn't do that last time.
Yeah, it didn't do that.
What?
That would overrun once, eh?
Yeah.
Don't do it near the top. So then, the next thing I'm going to do is do the same thing again, emergency stop at full speed, but this time going downwards. As the lift's under half capacity, it's not just the brake stopping lift, but the counterweight's also stopping the lift as the lift's wanting to go upwards because the lift's under half capacity and the counterweight's heavier than the lift. Notice how quick it stops when emergency stopping the lift going downwards. On the way down, it shouldn't be as... I don't know, it depends on the way.
Counterweight against the lift, yeah. Oh, it's not as bad as my
Yeah, it's on the
but
way
still
up.
quite bad though. That's terrible. I've never seen a lift do that.
I thought safety were bypassed at first. That was when we thought to stop.
I thought that gated TMS was bad. This is even worse.
That scared the showers.
What if the other one's just
I thought the brakes just didn't apply.
So then, let's now do it again when going upwards, just in case that first go was just a fluke or something. Let's just do it again just to watch how bad and how long it takes this lift to stop.
Oh my god!
Now let's go to the other one of the 2 lifts in the set, and let's do the same thing, emergency stopping a lift when it's going full speed upwards. The brakes on this lift are still perfectly good and the lift stops as quick as it's supposed to. It doesn't stop as quick as an MRL lift, as those things are gearless and those brakes snap on and are really strong. As Otis 2000 is a geared lift, it does take it a little bit longer to stop, but it still stops very quickly. So this is how quick it's supposed to stop. Now.
Oh, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be. And notice I put a little timer on this clip to show how many seconds it took to stop. Let's now play out first clip again of that first lift going upwards and emergency stopping and see how many seconds that takes to stop.
It's got the voice back.
Can I see the rig?
Yep. What?
Ooh,
No.
brakes are weak.
That didn't do that last.
And you can see a big difference. It's taking far too long to stop, and that is scary. I mean, those brakes are barely stopping it. I don't know what it's in service like is, but it is not safe.